We are here today to announce the early morning arrest of Tariq Mahana on charges of conspiring to provide material support to terrorists, knowing and intending that the material support and resources were to be used in preparation for and in carrying out violations, Title 18, United States Code, Section 956, conspiracy to kill, kidnap, maim, or injure persons or damage property in a foreign country, and Section 2332, extraterritorial homicide of a United States national in violation of 18 United States Code, Section 2339A. Mahana was first arrested and charged 1 year ago with lying to FBI agents in connection with a terrorism investigation. Today's arrest, done in conjunction with a search at his home, involves broader and more serious charges. According to documents filed in court and unsealed today, Mahana, along with his co-conspirators, desired to take some kind of action in furtherance of jihad. He and his co-conspirators discussed what to do and took steps in furtherance of and support for terrorism, including trips overseas in an effort to join training camps and to fight and kill American soldiers, efforts to find and obtain automatic weapons to conduct the killing of Americans in shopping malls here in the United States, and the viewing and dissemination of jihad films showing the killing of American soldiers. It is alleged that following the events of September 11, 2001, this group believed that carrying out attacks in areas like Pakistan was not feasible for them, as travel there had become more difficult. It is alleged that Mahana was involved in discussions about exploring other options, such as shooting and killing one or two specific members of the executive branch of the United States government. Let me note that neither of these two government officials, whom Mahana and his co-conspirators specifically identified by name, are presently with the executive branch, and neither were in any danger at any time from Mahana and his co-conspirators. It is alleged that there were multiple conversations about obtaining automatic weapons and randomly shooting people in a shopping mall, a planned jihadist activity apparently inspired by the D.C. sniper incidents in 2002. This mall assault planning, it is alleged, included discussions on the logistics of a mall attack, including coordination of an assault from different entrances, the weapons needed for such an assault, and the possibility of attacking emergency responders. The killing of civilians, it is alleged, was considered okay by these co-conspirators because civilians are taxpayers and because they were viewed as kuffars or non-believers. One co-conspirator, it is alleged, traveled to New Hampshire to meet with Daniel Maldonado in an effort to utilize what they believe were Maldonado's gang contacts to obtain automatic weapons for a mall assault. As noted in the court documents, Mahana and his co-conspirators ultimately abandoned this plan because they could not obtain the automatic weapons they thought necessary to effectively carry out such an assault. Maldonado, it is alleged, had indicated he would only be able to supply handguns. It is further alleged that Mahana wanted to be a soldier for jihad and to participate in killing U.S. soldiers and others abroad. As alleged in the court documents, Mahana obtained, watched, and distributed videos of a roadside terrorist attack with an improvised explosive device used against United States soldiers in Iraq, and videos of the mutilation and abuse of the remains of United States soldiers in Iraq. It is alleged that in their effort to join the jihad to kill Americans abroad, members of the conspiracy traveled to Pakistan, Iraq, Syria, and Yemen, and sought training at various camps, including from the terrorist group Lashkar-e-Taiba and from the Taliban. As alleged, Abu Samra, in an effort to get contact information for their trip to Yemen, traveled to California to meet with and obtain from an individual whom they knew had been to Pakistan and to Yemen and who had in fact attended a Lashkar-e-Taiba training camp, contact information to be able to go themselves to Yemen. In December 2006, it is alleged that Abu Samra and Mahana were interviewed by members of the Joint Terrorism Task Force. Within 2 weeks, Abu Samra left the United States for Syria. He has not returned. Mahana attempted to leave the United States in November 2008, and he was arrested. He was about to board a plane at Logan Airport. Mahana, as I mentioned, was indicted this past January with making false statements to members of the Joint Terrorism Task Force regarding Mr. Daniel Maldonado. Mr. Maldonado was captured by the Kenyan troops while fighting with al-Qaeda in Somalia. He is presently serving a 10-year sentence following his guilty plea to a charge for receiving military-type training from a foreign terrorist organization, al-Qaeda. As today's court documents alleged, it was to Mr. Maldonado that one of Mr. Mahana's co-conspirators turned when they were looking for the automatic weapons that they thought they needed for a mall assault. That concludes my prepared remarks. I want to say that these are allegations and that Mr. Mahana is presumed innocent of these charges.